Welcome to the New Athlete channel, and today we have a new format of videos for you, and I hope you really enjoy it. So when doing the training week videos, I realized that I try to convey the message of what I am doing the most, like that's the focus of the video, and I haven't put so much emphasis on explaining what I was feeling while doing it, and most importantly, I didn't convey the feedback that the coach and my training colleagues gave me while I was doing it. That video works really well for you to have a basic idea of what to do, and I feel that there is a need for a different type of content for those who want to know a bit more in depth and get a bit of more understanding of what I am doing and how to do the things I'm doing. So this series is for that, and yeah, I'm gonna start with Sprint Training Week episode 2. I think that video is really good because it shows some of my struggles, and I believe that other people might also be feeling the same struggles. If you have any questions about any of what I'm about to show and say, please leave your comments below. And if you haven't watched Sprint Training Week episode 2, I will link that video in the comments below so you can take a look at that after watching this video. All right, without further ado, let's check this out. I start here with the stick drill. The goal is to basically work out your hip flexors, and it's really important, and this is again a feedback that I got from my coach. It's really important that you have the ability to raise your calf towards the back of your leg. So that's the idea. And it's basically loading a spring so you can hit the ground with maximum force on the way down. And you can see here that I kind of struggle with it. My hip flexors are not super strong at this point, and you can see that I hit the stick. And there is a second thing that happens here also, I don't know if you noticed, is that my leg, let's go back here a little bit, my leg tends to turn to the inside. You can see my foot goes a bit to the left side of the screen instead of going straight. So that's one mistake that I made. Basically, I'm not physically able to keep the leg straight, but that's what you should strive for, and that's what I was trying to do when I was doing this drill. The second drill of the practice is this drill with the sticks. So you try to pump your arms with the stick and run at the same time. So basically it forces you to activate your core. It doesn't allow you to swing your arms. So it's a lot harder to run that way. But it's a really good drill for exercising proper posture. You keep your posture upright. And let's go back here a little bit so you can take a look again and I can comment on what were the difficulties here. So first of all, when you cannot use your arms, it's horrendous. I have recently made a video about arm swings. I will link it here and in the description below so you can take a look. And it's oh man, it's a bit frustrating to run without your arms, and it kind of makes you realize how important the arm swing motion is for the technique and also for speed in the end. And of course, like, shoulder mobility is a big factor here as well. I don't have very flexible and mobile shoulders, so it's very challenging. I really recommend you to try these drills too. So you pump the arms maybe 10-20 times, and then you run 20 meters with the arms up. Here I was doing some drills like straight leg bounds and A skips on the mat. At this point I was feeling a huge discomfort on my left ankle, so I was running on the mat to reduce the impact. My technique here is not great, but it's improving. And maybe one thing that I should have paid more attention here is this angle. I think it's good if the ankle is right underneath the knee. It's referred to as hitting the nail with the hammer, and you know, if you think that your upper leg is a hammer and the lower leg is a nail, you want to hit it straight. You don't want to have this angle here. So the leg should come down a little bit here. And then I went straight into straight leg bounce. This tends to be super heavy on my hamstrings, so I only do them after really thoroughly warming up my muscles, because you need to be explosive with. All right, mini hurdles, super challenging. I've also made a video on this. If you want to take a look, I'm gonna link it here and in the comments below. You can check it out. But here, these hurdles were too high and too further away from each other for my level. And you can see here now that my form is completely wonky. I don't have enough explosiveness. My torso is kind of leaning back and rounded, and my feet are landing in front of my hips. You can see again, not great form, but I have progressed from this, so go and check it out, the other video as well. Then a few 20-meter sprints at 80%. I was trying to do my best to do a 3-point start type of thing, but as I said here, I hadn't practiced this starting technique at all. This was just myself doing it, yeah, as I thought it was correct to do. But the point here was to get myself acclimatized and accustomed to the act of starting and sprinting. And I think I've come a long way from this. My main takeaway here is to really listen to your body. In this case, I was really mindful about my hamstring and also my ankle. That's why here I wasn't going 100% with my sprint. It was just 80%, and I was doing it on the mat, which is a lot softer than the track. And then the second practice was tempo runs. Very challenging. It's especially when you do it indoors, the air tends to be a bit heavier. It's a bit harder to breathe, and if you have the same conditions, don't feel intimidated by it. The way that I take is that it's somehow making me a better runner, if not physically, because I'm breathing in air that has less oxygen, but mentally, because it makes me mentally stronger. And then the second takeaway is that really focus on the effort that you're doing and make sure that you are at the right effort. And what I mean by that, don't go 100% or 90% or 80% in most of these runs. It's good to start with easy runs, in a way, easy, and then slowly scaling up. Because if we start the practice at 80%, doing like 300 meters, you're gonna be gassed out very soon, especially if you're a master's athlete and starting now like I am, and it's impossible to have a good practice from that moment on. The way that I like to finish my practices is on a high note, and whether that means finishing up a little bit fresh or finishing up maybe without injury, that's a great thing, but always finish on a high note and make sure that you can keep your consistency during the training weeks, because that's extremely important. And here we did 3 times this combination of 300, 200, and 100 meters at 60, 70, and 80% of the effort. After the tempo runs, we did this strengthening exercises for the feet, and this might sound super boring, and for some it might be, but for me it has been essential to healing my ankle. It's painful to do this. It looks like it's easy, but it's gonna hurt a little bit, but don't be intimidated by that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like it, subscribe to the channel, leave your feedback below, and I'll see you later. Keep on sprinting.